everyone, this is Amina, and today I will be reading a book about the life cycle of a lion. What is a lion? A lion is a mammal. A mammal is a warm blooded animal. Its body stays at about the same temperature even when the temperature of its surroundings changes. A baby mammal is born with hair, of fur, and drinks milk from its mother's body. Cat family members. Lions are members of the cat family Felidae. They are close relatives of large roaring cats such as tigers and leopards. Lions are carnivores or meat eaters. They are predators that hunt and kill other animals for food. They use their sharp teeth to tear the meat and their rough tongues to clean off bones. Where do lions live? There are two species or types of lions, African and Asiatic. Each type is named after the continent where it is found, Africa or Asia. At a glance, it is difficult to tell an Asiatic lion from an African lion. Asiatic lions have shorter manes than those of African lions, and they have a long fold of skin along their bellies. There are only about 300 wild Asiatic lions left. Asiatic lions once roamed across the southern Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. Today, they're an endangered species. The only Asiatics still living in the wild are found in a small forest called the Gur Protected Area. It is located in India, a country in Asia. African lions. Most of the world's lions live on the continent of Africa. Between 10,000 and 30,000 African lions live on the savanna or grasslands of African countries such as Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Botswana. The map on the right shows the African lion's range. What is a life cycle? All animals go through a set of changes called a life cycle. They're born and then grow and change into adults. As adults, they reproduce or make babies of their own. This book is about the life cycle of an African lion. A life cycle is not the same as a lifespan. A lifespan is the length of time an animal lives. In the wild, a lioness might live to be 18 years old, but her male babies will live to be only about 11 years old. The life cycle of a lion. A lion's life cycle begins when a baby is born. Lion babies or cubs are born in litters of 2 or 3 cubs. They nurse or drink their mother's milk until they're old enough to eat meat. Cubs continue to grow until they're mature or able to reproduce. Females become mature between 2 and 4 years of age. Males are not mature until they're 5 or 6 years old. Mature male and females mate or join together to make babies. The females become pregnant and give birth. When the cubs are born, a new life cycle begins. Life in a pride. Lions are only cats that live in family groups. A group of lions is called a pride. Prides are made up of 2 to 8 lionesses and their cubs. Most prides also include up to 3 adult male lions. Each pride lives in its own area of land called a territory. In a territory, there is enough prey to feed the entire pride. The lions and lionesses hunt prey to feed all pride members. They also work together to raise and protect their cubs. Dominant males. The adult males of a pride are called dominant males because they mate with the females of the pride and keep other males away. They patrol the pride's territory, marking its boundaries or borders with scents and keeping a keen watch for intruders and prey. Older males must also be on the lookout for young males that may challenge them for their position in the pride. In the litter. A pregnant lioness carries her cubs inside her body while they gestate, or grow and develop. The babies gestate for almost 4 months. When the lioness is ready to give birth, she moves to a safe, quiet spot away from her pride. The lioness then gives birth to a litter of 2, 3, or 4 cubs. Each cub weighs no more than 3 or 4 pounds, or 1.4 to 1.8 kg when it is born, depending on mom. The cubs cannot see when they are born. Their mothers help them find her nipple so that they can begin to nurse. The cubs keep nursing for about 8 months. After 6 weeks, they also start to eat some meat which their mother brings to them. In the lion's den. While their mother is hunting, the cubs stay behind in their well-hidden den or shelter. They huddle close to one another and sit very still so that predators will not notice them. Sometimes their mother has to move them. Using her teeth, she picks up the cubs one at a time and carries them to her new hiding place. Joining the pride. Cubs join the pride when they can move around on their own, usually when they're about 2 months old. Their mother leads them from their hiding place and introduces them to other lions and cubs. At first, the cubs are frightened of their big relatives and hide behind their mother. It does not take long for cubs to feel comfortable, however. They play with other cubs and start spending time with other pride members. Lionesses often babysit one another's cubs, as shown above. Cubs even nurse from their babysitter when their mother is away hunting. Meeting the main guy. The dominant males in the pride are patient with the new members. They allow the cubs to play with their tails. The cubs bat the black tuft at the tip of the tail just as kittens bat balls of wool. When the food is scarce, males are more likely than lionesses to share a meal with cubs. Sometimes a male even stops the female from feeding so the cubs can eat instead. Learning the language. Cubs must learn to communicate in order to cooperate with one another. They hiss, snarl, woof, and growl at one another and at other animals. Each sound has its own meaning. Lions also use body language to communicate. They rub their foreheads, faces, or bodies against one another as a greeting. Growing up. The entire pride cares for the cubs when they're small, but as they grow older, the pride members expect them to do more on their own. The lionesses stop feeding them when they're about 10 months old. By then, the cubs must come to a kill and learn to compete with one another for their share. They also learn that a kill needs to be defended from hyenas, which often try to steal a meal. Learning to hunt. Lion cubs love to wrestle and pounce on one another. Playing makes the cubs strong and prepares them for hunting. By the time the cubs are a year old, they start learning how to hunt for themselves. To teach them hunting skills, their mother catches a small animal such as a hare and brings it to them alive. The cubs then compete to kill and eat the prey. Ready for life. Female cubs are almost fully grown at a year and a half. They're strong enough to help in hunts and they begin to stalk prey on their own. Female cubs find their place within the pride and stay with their family group for life. As the young males near maturity, however, they're no longer as welcome as they were when they were cubs. Time to go. The male cubs soon have to leave the pride. Only dominant males can mate with the pride females, so other males are forced to leave, even before they're fully grown and ready to mate. The young lions leave the pride at around age 2 when their manes start to grow. They must try to find a new pride by the time they're fully mature at about 5 years old. Their departure from their first pride is nature's way of making sure that the young male lions also have a chance to reproduce. Adult lions. An adult male can weigh between 385 and 420 pounds or 175 to 190 kg. The appearance of a lion's strong body and heavy mane makes the challengers think twice. A lion's large size is not always helpful, however. It is difficult for a male to sneak up on prey. He's better at hunting large, slow animals. The size of it. Fully grown lionesses weigh between 240 and 285 pounds, 110 to 130 kg. Most are smaller than males. They're also more agile or able to move more quickly and suddenly. Lionesses are better suited to hunting small and medium-sized prey. When they crouch down, their fur easily blends in with the savanna to camouflage them. Dominant males. When they leave their first prides, young male lions often stay together in a group to hunt. After 2 or 3 years, they break off into pairs or groups of 3. Brothers usually stay together. They wander and hunt along the boundaries of other pride territories. Soon they will be strong enough to challenge the dominant males or males of one of the prides. Fighting for control. 1 or 2 young lions may fight a dominant male or males and take over their roles in a pride. Often, the younger males are strong enough to defeat an older male or males. If the young lions win their challenge, they become the new dominant males of the pride. If they're defeated, they must retreat and continue looking for a pride. Making babies. Dominant males in a pride mate with each mature female. When a female is ready to mate, she gives off a scent to attract the males. She produces this scent only when she is in estrus or heat. A lioness goes into estrus when her body is ready to reproduce. New mates. When a new male takes over the dominant role in a pride, they have an instinct to mate as soon as possible. Part of the reason they join a pride is to mate with females and produce cubs of their own. They are not interested in raising the cubs of other males. Out of the way. Lionesses that are caring for cubs will not go into estrus, so the new males try to kill all the youngest cubs in the pride. Without cubs, the lioness naturally goes into estrus, and the new dominant males have a better chance of mating with them. Top of the food chain. The savanna can be a very hot place during the day, so lions prefer to hunt at night when it is cool. They are opportunistic hunters, however. If they see a chance for a successful hunt during the day, they go for it. Herds of animals that graze or feed on the grasslands are the favorite prey of lions. These animals include zebras, buffalo, and wild beasts. Any one of these animals is large enough to feed a pride. Eating like a lion. In a single day, a lioness can eat up to 55 pounds or 25 kgs of meat, and a male lion can devour up to 95 pounds or 43 kgs. Lions succeed only 3 times out of every 10 hunts, so they eat as much as they can when food is available. When food is scarce, lions target baby animals or those that are sick or injured because weak animals are easier to catch. Out of my way. As soon as lions bring down an animal, the competition for food begins. The dominant males eat first, taking as much as their bellies will hold. Next, the adult females fight for their share. The cubs eat last if they're old enough to feed on their own. When the lions have finished eating, scavengers such as vultures swoop in and eat any leftovers. Competition for food. Lions, leopards, cheetahs, and hyenas all compete for food. Lions are the only animals that respect pride boundaries, so pride often find animals such as hyenas in its territory. When lions fight these intruders in their range, they may attack them in order to protect their food supply. No laughing matter. Of all the competitors on the plains, hyenas are pride's worst enemies. Lions and hyenas roam the same land and hunt the same animals. In the past, scientists believed that lions always hunted and hyenas always scavenged or fed on leftovers. They now know that hyenas will fight lions for a fresh kill. A large group of hyenas can chase away a pride and steal its meal. Hyenas will also attack lionesses that are separated from their pride, and they are a serious threat to lion cubs. Lions sometimes attack and kill the dominant females of hyena clans, but they rarely eat them. Dangers to lions. In spite of their strong bodies and loyal families, lions are in danger. Poachers, or people who hunt illegally, kill lions to sell their claws and tails to tourists. Farmers who raise animals sometimes shoot lions because they attack cattle when they are hungry. The biggest threat to lions, however, is the loss of habitat. As people build towns and roads, they use up the land on which lions roam and hunt. Lions try to stay in their old territories, get shot, especially if they attack people or farm animals. The remaining lions are pushed into smaller areas. As a result, they have less food, water, and space in which to move around. Deadly diseases. In Africa, lion populations are still fairly strong. Diseases can kill lions, but the prides live far enough apart that illnesses do not spread easily. Disease is a much bigger threat in Asia, where the few lions that are left over live close to each other. Scientists fear that the lions living within the limits of the GER-protected area could die if a serious disease broke out. Helping lions. Many people in the world want to help lions. The government of India and those of many African countries have set aside protected areas for lions and other wildlife. In these areas, it is against the law to kill lions. Scientists also hope to introduce lions to other areas, especially in Asia. They believe that the number of Asiatic lions could grow if some lions moved to another part of the continent. Get involved. Even though lions may live far away from you, there are ways that you can help them. The best way to help lions is to learn about them and their problems. Read about the work scientists are doing. If you decide their research is helpful, you can support them by helping them raise money for their work. There are several great websites about lions and the people working to help them. For information on Asiatic lions, visit www.asiatic-lion.org. If you would like to learn more about African lions and other African wildlife, go to www.awf.org. At www.lioncentral.com and www.lionresearch.org, you can learn about lions everywhere. The Legend of Androcles and the Lion. During the time when gladiators fought lions in the Roman Colosseum, there lived a slave named Androcles. One night, Androcles ran away from his master and hid in a forest, where he encountered a lion in great pain. The lion had a thorn in its paw. Androcles was brave enough to take the lion's paw in his hand and remove the thorn. Later, when Androcles was caught and forced to become a gladiator, he met the lion again in the ring. The lion recognized Androcles and would not fight him. It is said that Androcles and the lion were friendly companions from that day on. You never know when you might need a lion's help. It pays to help lions. And that brings us to the end of this great book about lions. Till then, stay safe and take care. Bye bye.